is now time for The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters and treasure hunters out there. Welcome, I'm Steve Rhodes, coming to you live from the TFNN television and radio network. Yes, television network, folks. All you have to do is go to the homepage at tfnn.com. Click on TigerTV, and you'll be able to catch this show live. You'll be able to see me live. But more importantly, you'll be able to see my screens live, because I'm absolutely going to teach you something. I'm going to teach you about how these markets breathe, the patterns that are out there, the signals that they provide, because you too can learn to be a master trader, folks. Hopefully you had a fantastic weekend. We're off to a marvelous Monday. Markets are off to a marvelous start of the day. You've got the Dow futures up about 90 points. The S&P futures up about 9 right now. NASDAQ futures up 16. Small caps up about 5. That's after the markets coming down hard into the close on Friday. You had the Dow down 136 points. S&P finished up 17 points, taking back almost all the gains that it had from the prior session. We've got the yin, we've got the yang, folks. And for me, an absolutely great weekend, because we've got some more master traders out in the marketplace. You know, in Tampa this weekend, we held a master trader course here on Friday and Saturday. And so we've unleashed some new potential in the marketplace. If you'd like to join me, there's going to be one more Master Trader Series course. It's going to be up in Boston. And folks, if you want some references or what have you, send me an email. I'll be happy to get you in touch with these folks, just so that you can see. And it's all different types of individuals that are attending these courses. It's some folks that have been trading for many, many years. Some have used some technical tools. And I promise you, if you think I teach you something here, it's nothing compared to 2 solid days. And, and folks, unconditional money back guarantee. But let me tell you, the value that you get out of this, it is worth absolutely checking out. Go to the homepage at tfnn.com. Check that out, folks. If you're looking to be able to understand these markets, and if you want to find a way to absolutely trade these markets and control your financial future, you know, what's talked about is a dream, folks, and what's envisioned, well, I consider that to be pretty darn exciting. But what's planned, folks, what planned is possible, and what's scheduled becomes real. Thanks for scheduling your time here with us. Let's go take a look at the markets here now. Let's switch over to the ES Mini. Let's take a look at what we've got going on out here. We're taking a look at this chart now. When we take a look at the chart patterns that are out there, one of the things that I want to be able to teach you is to become an expert at the AB equals CD patterns. Why? Because these markets do nothing more than just simply breathe. That is one of the easiest patterns for you to understand, and one of the easiest patterns for you to be able to trade, because markets don't go straight up. They don't go straight down. They absolutely give you clues. And, you know, it's like a roadmap. And when we take a look at these markets, what we're always doing is we're looking at swing points. You know, and I thought about it. Actually, this was after the Master Trader course. You know, I often talk about trading to me is like driving a car. And when I talk about driving a car, I talk about the rear view mirror in your car. You know, and the rear view mirror is nothing more than, when it comes to these stock charts, looking at what happened in the past. When you take a look in your rear view mirror, you're seeing what you left behind, or at least what's going on behind you. Same thing when you're taking a look at a stock chart. Your rear view mirror is the left-hand side of the chart. Well, you know, however you got to wherever it is on your path, you absolutely came to intersections in your life, whether it's driving the car that you're in, which is your life, and you came to intersections. When you come to intersections, you're going to decide to do something. You're going to decide to go through that intersection, go left, go right. When we talk about swing points, what they really are is they're major intersections on the charts. And you can go back and you can take a look in your rearview mirror, and you can identify those major intersections. Those major intersections here, when we're taking a look at the 30-minute ES Mini, folks, well, the first major intersection, it's where you see a major change in trend. And if you come back and you take a look at the 30-minute ES Mini, you'd go back to the 2 p.m. time frame on April the 10th. Why? It made a low there of 1352.50. If I pull my cursor away, you'll see you've got a little group of candles here, maybe for about an hour or two, a major intersection when you're taking a look at the charts. When you take a look, and that's on the downside. When we try to find the major intersection on the upside, well, folks, that happened right up here at 11:30, let's see, 21:30, so make sure 9:30. Got to just do my math right here. It's early in the morning for me. Well, not really early in the morning for me, but 9:30 is when it happened. That was on April the 12th. That's when the ES Mini made a high of 1388.50. Those, folks, are your major intersections. Well, we also had a major intersection occur, and that came down as we were coming into the close, I believe, on Friday, April the 15th. Yeah, that was Friday, April the 15th. That was this morning. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna get there. So that was yesterday as the futures were opening up. You had the futures make a low. Well, they did it at, 9 o'clock last evening. Got down to a low of 1360.50. Also got down to a low of 1360.50 at 9:30 last night. And what we can see is there's another major intersection. Well, you want to be able to have a couple of different tools on your trading platform. One is going to be your retracement and expansion of sacred geometry between these swing points. Now, just like when you're driving and you're driving down roads, there are absolutely other streets, there are other stoplights that you might come to. So there are other swing points, because swing points are nothing more than intersections. And so certainly along this road here, as we came off of the bottom up to the high, hopefully you're watching us on Tiger TV. Absolutely, there were other swing points out there. They just weren't the major swing points in life, folks. And when we take a look at the major swing points in life, that's the first place where we start with, where we want to be taking a look at our retracement ruler. So if I just simply come up and I grab my retracement ruler, go from the low that was established again down at 3 p.m. That was on April the 10th, all the way up to the high that was put in here on April the 12th. What you will see, it's very normal. You want to understand three numbers. Three contraction numbers, 0.382. We use that mostly to understand the power of ABCs, folks, but you want to also understand 0.618 and 0.786. And you can see those numbers. Those are the red lines that are showing up on the horizontal basis on my screen here. Maybe you can't make out the numbers, but you can make out those red lines. And you can see, as you would come to visit Suite 618, that's what we had folks doing here on Friday and Saturday, that 0.618 area was 1366 and a quarter. As the market came down into it, it came down with conviction. When you're going with conviction into a retracement area, what it's telling you is you want to go to the next level. You want to go to the next floor. That next floor, folks, 0.786. The actual 0.786 is 1360. And where did the market get down to late last night? 1360 and a little change. We kind of forget about the rounding errors. It got up to they got down to 1360.50. The actual number would have been 1360.25. Pretty amazing, a quarter of a point. And you should be asking yourself, how does that work? Better yet, you want to know how that works, folks, when you're trading these markets, because that was certainly a signal that this move might be over. What was the other signal that the move might be over? Just for the current time being, because this is nothing more than a breathing pattern, folks, and that was understanding your ABCs. Well, when you take a look at the ABCs, folks, here, take a look at the A point that was made here on the ES Mini that came in at 9:30, as we said, on the 12th. That was our A point. For me, the next most logical B point was as the market moved down into this little hammer that it formed here at 5:30 in the morning. That was on April the 13th. That was our A to B. Then what's the market do? It retraces back up here to the C point. How far does it retrace? Well, all you have to do is take your retracement ruler, go from the high down to the low. What you'll see is it came right back up just slightly above that 0.618 area. Just a normal breathing pattern, another one out there. Then what's it do? It continues on its trek downward. As it came through that B point, the B point here being at 5:30 a.m., it came through with conviction. Look at that wide price bar as it came through there. Look at how it's traveling on the inside of that C to D leg, folks. That was telling you there were lower prices coming at you, at least at the 1.272 area. What does the market do? It gets down to that area and it takes a breather and then it resumes its way. Now, in this case here, what you can see is it got down to that 1.272 level, folks. It was in between floors. And elevators, I don't know about you, when I'm on an elevator, I don't like being in between a floor. That means you might be there a little bit longer than you'd like. And sure enough, just like this elevator went down to the next floor, that was that 0.618 area. And as it went down there, it went down with conviction. Again, what does that tell you? Tells you it wants lower price. Well, folks, what this actually ends up doing into the wee hours of, or I should say the late hours of Sunday last night, You did a 1 to 2, A to B equals CD. When you do that, folks, you almost always, and I mean almost always, have an immediate change in trend. That's what we're seeing out here in the marketplace. As you can see, what also happened, I didn't realize this till I came in this morning, because as I was doing my newsletter, I was taking a look at the 60-minute chart. And at 3 o'clock this morning, you put in a hammer candle. That was my hammer candle, and it did that with a low of 1360.50, had a high of 1363.50, and folks, that there is a type 1 hammer candle. Those are a beautiful thing. That was telling you that the bulls were saying no more to those bears. They decided to push the market up. What a hammer candle does, folks, as you can see here, that you've got this small little body. The market pushed down, and the bulls said, no, 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 we're pushing it back up. That's what we've got right now. Dow up 88 in the futures market. ES up 8 1/4. 877-927-6648. Off to a marvelous Monday, folks. Hopefully you're having a great day, and we'll be right back.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of investment newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today, click Investment Newsletters, and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, author of Mastering Probabilities, a daily investment and trading newsletter, and teacher of the money game. Studies show that 3 out of 5 people are afraid for their life in trading these markets, and the number one reason given is fear of loss. Look, fear stands for false evidence appearing real, and the money game proves it. Lesson number 1, don't risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any trade. Why, you ask? Because 35 trades in a row where you risk 50 cents and make $1 are all you need to double your trading capital, versus the 230 losing trades in a row you would need to bring your balance to $100. Let me teach you more about the money game risk-free for 30 days. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, for your 30-day risk-free trial. You were born to be a money master, and I'll teach you how.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. Markets up this morning. In fact, as we take a quick tour around the world, you've got the DAX up 84 points, trading out at 6668. You've got the FTSE up 51 points out at 5703. Had a little tough time over in Asia last night. And you had the Nikkei down 167 points. Nikkei just trading inside its normal channel. We'll maybe take a look at that today. The Nikkei is pulling back, and it's setting up beautifully, folks. You want to be all over that here in a bit. Not right now, though. You don't want to bite on it just yet. You've got the Shanghai finished down 3 points, and the Hang Seng off 90 points. All those in Asia, I believe, were up off of their session lows, and we'll take a tour around the world. Now, we were talking about the ES Mini and just taking a look at those normal breathing patterns, the signs that were out there, the ABCDs, the Fibonacci retracement areas. And so you should be asking yourself, well, Steve, you just showed me the rear view mirror. How about showing me the windshield? Show me where the market is going. And folks, we'll use just really the same tools that we did. We looked at the rear view mirror. The first place we're going to start is with our retracement ruler. We're going to go from those highs that were out here that were put in at 9:30 at night on April the 12th. The high out there of 1388.50 all the way down to the low. And we can use that low of my hammer that was put in this morning at 3 o'clock. Again, we're just looking at the 30-minute chart here, folks. So this is nothing more than a breathing pattern, but it's an easy way for me to be able to teach you what's going on inside these markets so you can understand those breathing patterns. What you'll see is that, number one, you came up through the 0.382 level. 0.382 was 1371. And what did you do it with? Well, you did it with a wide-ranging bar on the way up. You can see you're trading up above that right now. What's that mean? That means you're headed to suite 618 or suite 786. Remember, on the way down, what did the markets do? They went down to that 0.786 area. That might be a little clue. You think it could breathe the same pattern on the way down that it did on the way up? The answer, absolutely, folks. Now, let's go take a look at our ABCs that are forming out there, because it certainly has given us our A point, our B point, and our C point. That makes life a whole lot easier. We don't have to guess. We're going to start at the low that was put in at 3 o'clock this morning, down at 1360.50. We're going to go all the way up to the high that was put in at 6:30 this morning. Market pulls back for a couple of hours, comes down into 8:30 before we came on the air. Of course, we came on the air at 9. So in the 8:30 session, you got down to a low of 1365.50. And now what we're taking a look at, let me just put this other one up here, and you're going to be able to see the A, B equals C, D. Well, folks, a 1-to-1 A to B equals C to D. Let's go ahead and blow this chart up and move it over here to the left a little bit. A 1-to-1 A to B equals C to D. Well, I guess I have to put the number up there. Let's see what that number actually is. Let me do that right here. Okay, the 1-to-1 A to B equals C to D takes you to 1376. But when it does that, what's it going to do? It's going to leave you in the middle between floors, between suite 382 and suite 618. I say, and take a look at this move here off of this C point. With conviction, wide price spread says to me that where the ES Mini wants to travel to is 1382, 1383. And when will it do it? Well, folks, it'll do it during today's trading session for sure. As far as the time frame, I don't know. I would look at about the 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock time frame. Look for the ES Mini to get up there. It would be a normal spot for it to take a breather. and start moving on back as well. So that is the ES Mini, and that is the windshield, folks. And you can learn about these windshields, the rear view mirror. You can learn about these major intersections, how to trade them, because that's what you want to do. That's where you'll make all kinds of money, understanding these markets as they go up and down. Let's go take a look at what else is going on around the world here. Let's go take a look at the DAX here real quickly. You can see on the DAX trading up again this morning right now, trading up 79 points up towards the session high. And what the DAX did here, folks, the DAX came down and it has been testing their March 7th swing point. That March 7th swing point had a low of 66.12. You actually closed below it yesterday, Friday. Looks like right now, perhaps a head fake, but what it's really doing, folks, if you take a look at it, what the DAX is really doing is because it did have a breakout to the downside out of its channel. And the question is, was that a false breakout to the bottom? And the breakouts, folks, are only going to occur in the counter trend direction. So this was an uptrend channel, and it broke out. Odds favor a true breakout being to the downside. You did break through it. You did close below that swing point. All that the DAX is doing right now is testing the uptrend channel there. If you're a bull, you want to see the DAX get back inside there, get back in there with conviction. Otherwise, it's doing nothing more than just a normal pattern in the marketplace, folks. When we get back, we'll go see how these markets are going to pop. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back.
In the world of financial markets, there's a new player in town with an exciting new way to trade the markets. Nadex now offers binary options as well as bull spreads in a wide range of indices along with commodity and forex markets. With as little as $100, you can gain access to a new way to trade global financial markets while guaranteeing that your risk will always be capped. Nadex allows you to multiply your trading opportunities in ways never imagined before and access markets you once thought were out of reach. With short-term trading opportunities available, including binary options expiring each hour the market is open, Nadex allows you to take advantage of a variety of market conditions regardless of volatility or market direction. Now is the time to take advantage of this exciting new market. Don't let this trading opportunity pass you by. Open your account today by clicking on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Nadex, a better way to trade. You've heard Tom O'Brien on the air, and you've always thought about trying out his newsletter, Market Insights. Well, now is the perfect time. For a limited time only, when you sign up for a 2-week free trial to Market Insights, we'll send you a free copy of Tom O'Brien's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System. If you decide to cancel within the 2-week trial period, pay absolutely nothing and keep Tom's book as a free gift from us. Tom sends out his daily newsletter each morning by 9:30 a.m. with trade recommendations, including price targets and price stops. As recently as March 21st, Market Insights subscribers closed out a position for more than a 25% profit in just over 2 weeks. To get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights, along with your free copy of The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Supplies are limited for this one-of-a-kind special, so act today and don't let this opportunity pass you by. Offer only valid for new subscribers. In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes that a carefully selected portfolio can lower volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angela O'Brien, First Vice President and Certified Financial Planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
To the races. You've got the Dow up 124 points right now. S&P's up 9. Composite up 13. Small caps up 5.5 points here. Leading the charge. No, you got the Dow leading the charge on the way up. They're the first out of the gate. And running just behind it, you've got the small caps, S&P right behind there. And you've got the composite. You've got the composite in last place. Why? Well, you've got, let's see, Google trading down 6.5 points right now. You've got Apple up $2.50. If we take a look at what's popping and what's dropping, on the popping side, you've got Endocyte Inc., ECYT. That's the big leader in the clubhouse. They're up $4.05. That's up 106%. What the heck is going on there? Let's see. They're developing and commercializing the phase 3 cancer candidate. So that has got that stock popping. We'll go take a look at that again. That is ECYT. Right behind that, you've got IBM. IBM up $2.73. That's up a 1.29%. Caterpillar up 2.7%, up $2.84. You've got Edelman Financial, EF. They're up 40%. Holy cow. Edelman Financial up 40%. What they've got here, going private. Okay, they're going to take that company private. That is at $8 a share, $8.70. Goldman Sachs up 2 points right now. That's 1.75%. Cummins Inc., CMI, they're up $1.73. Lululemon, they're up $1.56. 3D Systems Corp., DDD, they're up $1.51. Had a very cool email from David White last night, and I'm sure he'll talk about that during his show today at 3 to 4, as he is the warm-up band for the Tom O'Brien Show. And stay tuned today, because following this show, you've got Tom and I doing the Money Masters, and then Basil Chapman after that. And also on the way up, you got Riverbed Technologies, RVBD. They're up $1.40. Cliffs Natural, CLF, they're up $1.40 as well. And let's see what is grooving to the downside. Grooving to the downside, you've got Google. They're off another $8 this morning. That's down another %. Baxter International, BAX, they're off $3. That's down 5%. You've got Halozyme Therapeutics, maybe they are down. Let's see here. They're down big. They're down 20%. What's the news on them? I don't see. Their FDA is requesting some additional information, and so the market's not digging that too much. You got Mattel, the toy company. They're down $2.75. They're down 7%. You've got Spreadtrum Communications, SPRD. They're off 11% this morning. Semiconductor stock, don't know why they're down. No news there. You've got Wynn Resorts, they're off $1.52. Illumina, ILMN, they're off 2.5%, trade down to 45.83. S&P SAP Ag, they're off 2%. You've got Pendrell Corp, PCO, they're taking a big hit this morning. They're off 47%. They've got litigation verdict against Boeing overturned by Court of Appeal. So the market is not grooving with that. You've got Hasbro. Toy companies are off this morning. HAS. One don't know what's behind all of that. You've got Hanes Brands, HBI. They're off 4% this morning. And you've got, let's see, Las Vegas Sands, LVS, they're off $1.35. Again, our call number is 877-927-6648. What do we have go on as we take a look at the S&P cash on Friday? What you did was you ran right into the May 2nd swing point high. The May 2nd swing point high is 1370.58. You actually closed just below it. You take a look at this May 2nd high, and that is what the market is dealing with right now is May 2nd. When the market came down last Tuesday, came down into the low of that May 2nd swing point. The actual low is 1358.59. On Tuesday, got down to 1357.38, closed out at 1358.59. Right on the number. Market trying to bust through that or stay in this longer-term uptrend channel that has been in place since the October timeframe of last year. And right now it's really at its midpoint there. Again, it's just dealing with that May 2nd swing point. We'll see how it decides to resolve itself. What I will tell you is the last two lows that we're putting down here, there was a pattern that was out there that was also put in here at the lows as the market was coming down into that May 2nd swing point last Tuesday. Dow still up 112 points right now. Let's go take a look at what is popping and what is dropping. Well, first, let me switch over here and let me see what's going on here with King Dollar. Didn't talk about King Dollar this morning. King Dollar up only 4 ticks. And let's go take a look at that U.S. dollar index, see what's going on inside the currency market. And what the U.S. dollar index did was it made a move of a move, made a 100% move of a move. Of course, if you're going to take a look at the king, that means you got to look at the queen. So let's go over and take a look at the queen there. Queen euro, see what it's doing. And it is giving us a very powerful candle signal here right now. The queen, which is, I believe, about almost 60% of the U.S. dollar index, came down, did 100% move a move. What I mean by that, folks, is the swing point. Remember the major intersections, as we talked about when we kicked off the show. The major intersection here in the euro is the low that was put in on the 15th, which was down at 1.30029. What you did, or what the euro did this morning, number one, it gapped down. Looks like it wants to go ahead and close that gap from the session when it opened up yesterday, last evening. But what it did do during the overnight hours is it came down, made a 100% move, meaning it got down to or below that swing point. In this case here, got actually below it, got down this morning to a low of 1.29937. Now it's doing the normal thing, which is taking a little bit of a breather, just as if we're running the Boston Marathon, which I believe is underway right now. And so you've got the Boston Marathon going on. And, you know, when you finish running a marathon, absolutely you want to take a breather. Well, the euro here has been on a marathon. It's been on a tear. The euro actually still trying to trade down to the lows of 1.29. Let's just say 1.29 flat, making its AB equals CD pattern, making the complete move of a Gartley sell pattern that began here, or really the Gartley sell reared its head on March the 27th. So right now you're trading inside this swing point. Take a look at some resistance being at the high of that March 15th swing point, the high there being 1.31183. It'll be important for us to take a look at what candle formation, if any, forms today on the queen, because that will tell us what the king is going to do and whether it is checkmate or whether it's going to just go ahead and retrace and it's going to stay in a consolidation trading range. That is on the queen, and you want to understand what's going on in the currency markets, folks, so that you can see what is happening. You've got gold trading off $3. You've got silver up 17 ticks right now. Light sweet crude up 28 cents. And if we go take a look at some of those stocks that were popping and dropping, I'm going to switch back over and we'll take a look, because it's so important to understand where volume is in the marketplace. It's important and it's easy to show when we take a look at stocks that are dropping here. We're going to go take a look at Halo. That is the first one. HALO is the ticker symbol there. Halo is down 22%. You can see how this thing here gapped down. And when you take a look at volume inside this, this had some volume to the downside. How about that? How about that? You don't think that this gave us any indication that this was before probably the release of the FDA information that's out there? Let me punch this up, make sure that's what we're looking at there. And when we take a look at this thing, how it gapped down on the 10th. So when was that? Last week on Tuesday, I believe it was. That thing gapped down 3.8 million shares, and when it gapped down, it was going into the volume bar that really slowed it down, that volume bar out there of February 10th. That's why you want to understand where volume bars are on your chart. The low of that volume bar was 1061. It got down there. That had 3.8 million shares. As you came down into it, you came down with also 3.8 million shares. You gap down, and you gap down with volume. It says, hey, you know what? I might want to go lower. And, in fact, that's what it's doing. You are taking a look at an ABC underway right now to the downside. We'll take a look at where that price projection is, and that's going to be a doozy. Why? You've already had 1.5 million shares come out of this stock in 13 minutes time frame. I think it's going to do more than 3.8 million shares today. How about you? Let's go take a look at the ABC down here. That ABC down is going to start out at the high on March 27th, down to the low where we gap down, and the B point is actually going to be the top of that April 10th gap down area. And so what a 1-to-1 A to B, you're already trading underneath that, and you gap down, so we know that that means lower prices. Where is this likely going to? It's going to go to either the 1.618 or the 2.0. I'm saying here going all the way to the 2.0 when it's going to come down into its next gap. But that gap area there where it broke out on October 19th, folks, that only had a total of 3 million shares. You're going to, come through that area here this morning. Well, you're not going to get all the way down there. It doesn't look like you're going to get all the way down there, but it is absolutely got some big juice to the downside, and that's why you want to understand where volume is. That is on the ticker symbol HALO. Let's see what else is leading the charge to the downside. Was it this Pendrell? Was that PCO? What was going on with PCO? PCO, okay, that is Boeing. So some lawsuit there. Let's go take a look at that ticker symbol. See where the volume is on PCO. See what we can find. Look at the volume coming out of this thing. The air is coming out of the tires. You have done 3.9 million shares in the first 15 minute session. Let's go take a look at the big volume bars that are out here. And you've got just a couple of them. I'm going to put this on the weekly chart. It'll be a little bit easier for us to take a look at here. And so you see this volume bar right here. You're trading below that here. It gapped down even below that. Where this is headed to is right into the lows going back to June of 2009. The high out there is 70 cents. The low of 40 cents. If you're in this stock, folks, get the heck out of Dodge. This thing wants a lower price. This thing wants major lower prices. And when you take a look at the shareholders that are in this thing in the green, you don't see a lot of them out there. If you're one of them, take your bread absolutely off the table. Let's go take a look at Google because that thing is dropping as well. Let's take a look at the volume that we've got inside Google right now. Google, trading out at 610.38 volume-wise so far. 16 minutes into the session, you've got 827,000 shares. That's after doing 8.1 million shares to the downside on Friday. Folks are not digging what Google is doing with regard to its trying to issue a second set of shares out there. Google, its next test is going to be down at the 581.70, 591 area. That was the last time that it released earnings when it gapped down. It's got some volume down there. It's got 10.5 million shares. We might see Google in just simply a sideways trading range here. Of course, up at the highs, you don't have any volume. At the lows, you do. So just be careful if you are inside Google. If you've got some nice profits there, make sure that you've got some stops in place there and that you're willing to take some profits here. Let's go see what's going to the upside. We've got SSYS, Stratus Systems. They are saying not there. I guess they had a merger opportunity come up, and they're not going to go ahead and take that. Let me see here. Let's just go see where that is trading. Charts here. SSYS. That is up a nice 24% this morning, up $8. And it is coming. Okay, so let's go take a look at the ABCs that are out here because this is taking over a B point with volume. So you take a look at the B point on this is going to be February 3rd, 231,000 shares. What have you done this morning? Well, you've already done 275,000 shares. So you have taken out that B point. Of course, this thing here, you got to be careful because this thing here had a gap down on July 27th with 1.6 million shares. And so you're going to want to watch the volume on that. Let's say take a look at some retracement levels, what this thing has done off of its high. Off of the high that I'm talking about is going back to April 26th when it got out to the 54.68 range all the way down into the lows that were put in on October the 5th when it got down to $19.91. If we take a look at the ABC in this stock that is out there, and you're certainly in a confirmed A to B equals CD now, this thing is going to take you up into the, let me shorten up the, it's going to take you up to its highs. So that would make sense, right? Folks, you would be making a 100% move of a move. That is on SSYS, trading out at 44.48 right now. Looks like it wants to try to get up into the 55.95 area. Let's go see what else is moving out there percentage-wise. Let's go see these guys here. I think they're taking it private. But let's, these guys are developing phase 3 cancer drugs. So let's go take a look at that. That is ECYT. ECYT is the ticker symbol. Endocyte Inc. is the name. Trading up at 776. Look at this thing. Okay, so this is a IPO that came out here on February the 4th. And this thing has got is all over the place. Talk about trading rumors, folks. 877-927-6648. You got the Dow up 110. Composite gone negative. Apple down 7 points as well. We'll be right back, folks.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the Opening Call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his Opening Call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his Opening Call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the Opening Call, a $64 value, visit TFNN.com today.
folks, turns out my best student became my best teacher. Steve Rhodes absolutely raised my standards, and I'll guarantee he'll raise yours.
Thanks, Tom. What I've learned is that if you want more, you must become more. And that transformation, folks, that occurs the moment you decide to become a master. Now, the quickest way to mastery is through immersion. And for 2 solid days in Denver, Boston, and Tampa, I'll create a new standard of wealth for those few trader investors who have a burning desire to succeed. At my Master Trader course, I'll teach you how to create the ultimate money machine. These are the best kept secrets in the business. Roadblocks, folks. Dabblers give up when they first appear. Stressors last just a little bit longer, but masters expect roadblocks and achieve extraordinary results when they bust right through them. I have all the benefit of knowing the type of wealth creation that I can generate for you. You don't. That's why I'm making this unconditional money-back guarantee. If for any reason you're not satisfied with my Master Trader course, I'll refund every penny. That's right. I take all the risk, and you get all the benefit. Go to the homepage at tfnn.com and sign up today.
Catch Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes as they teach you the art of mastering money when it comes to trading and investing. The Money Masters, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. You got the Dow up 94 points right now. S&P's up a couple of points. Composite leading the charge on the way down 18 points. Really, the NDX 100 leading the charge on the way down. That's what I've got up on my screen here. I've got the Qs. Just simply have the 5-minute chart. You've got Apple trading off $18. You've got Google down $18. I just rounded up just a few pennies, and so that is what is putting this juice right here. We're looking at a 5-minute bar. You're seeing some volume as the Qs trade down 3.3 million shares in there. In fact, if I just switch over here, it won't be on my screen here. It'll be on my one of my screens here. If I take a look at the IBD 50, and right now what you've got is 34 of the 50 stocks in the IBD 50 are in the red. Leading dollar-wise on the way down, you've got Priceline. They're off $13, and Apple right behind them, down $19. I guess Apple, you could say, is in front. You've got Chipotle, CMG, they're off $4. You've got CF Industries, MasterCard. That is leading the charge on the way down in the IBD 50. If we take a look at give me a second here to go. If we take a look at what's leading the charge on the way up, you've got Lululemon. That's up 99 cents. So, and I've seen a few more. I'm seeing them all in the IBD 50 start to turn red here. Let's see, green. Now you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you've got 9 stocks in the IBD 50. It's going to be an interesting day for sure in the markets. And as we had the NDX lead us on the way up, you're going to have the NDX lead the markets on the way down. Absolutely. Let's go take a look at Apple, see what it is doing here. AAPL, the ticker symbol there, and you can see trading out at 588 right now. And Apple is finally attacking a swing point. That swing point, folks, is going to be the swing point from March the 30th, 26 million shares, low there 597.94. So 26 million shares, and what you have done so far in the first 26 minutes of trading, you've done 8 million shares. Well, you don't have to be a mathematician to see that you've got volume coming out of Apple. And if it closes today below 597.94, that will be the first time that you will have seen Apple break a swing point on the way down in like forever. Pretty close to forever. So that's going to be real key, is watching Apple. Now, here's what you don't want to see Apple do, folks. When we take a look at Apple, we're taking a look at the last time that it gapped up, and it gapped up on March the 14th. The low there is 574.40. What you do not want to see Apple do is close somewhere above 574.40 or at 574.40, or I should say this. How about this? I'm going to make it easy. You don't want to see Apple close. You don't want to see Apple not get down to 568.18. Folks, because what's going to happen is that Apple has the chance of creating an island reversal, and we're not talking about just a small island. We're talking about Apple creating its own country from an island standpoint when you take a look at the number of shareholders that would be out there, because Apple has a history of creating islands. This would be the largest one, and if it does that, folks, that is going to be the kiss of death to Apple. I don't care what their stores are doing, but this is going to be a new country. So you don't want to see it do that and then all of a sudden jump that area tomorrow. So it'll be important for us to watch Apple. Thanks so much for being here, folks. Stay tuned. Tom and I are up next. And, folks, you've got an amazing power within yourself. And that power, folks, that can create anything it is that you want in your life. Take care. Have a great Monday. And look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock again. Take care.